I believe, every day's a good day when you pay.
Hello everybody, how you guys doing? My draw hex spell, Loki Pwn Fun Sky, so I'm gonna pronounce that. Welcome guys, and thank you so much for the sub, Loki, I appreciate it. Alright, getting settled here. You can't boo me. Who's booing me in Discord? Not allowed to do that. Alright, so we are back with our old world orcs. And that's what we're doing. So we're going to continue painting these guys. What I need to do, I have a couple things I need to do, and then we have shields and we have an orc war boss on a wyvern to paint. So first thing, just go ahead and paint the skin. Right? Let's find a good. Actually no, we're not going to paint the skin yet. We're going to do a couple other things first. I want to paint this skin at the same time I paint. Oh no, I don't want to paint the wyvern skin at the same time. I don't know. I'm going to be indecisive about it. This is the wyvern, by the way, guys. Right here. Look at this. Look at this old mini. Look how skinny he is. This giant orc just sitting on this poor thing. Hey, Raja, what's up? So this is the wyvern. It's funny, this orc is a really good sculpt. He's got some weird proportions, like he's got tiny legs, but it's a really good sculpt. And the wyvern it's never quite made it as good as the orc.
I believe.
Hey,
Every day's a good day when you pay.
Easy, how you doing, man? Thank you for the sub. I have your orcs here. We're working on them. I guess we're just gonna start on the skin. So what we're gonna do, let's grab this base color. We're gonna grab this dark yellow green that I started with, and we're gonna try to brighten it. You don't want it to be so faded. I think I want to add some of this bright green in here. I like this bright green a lot. I wonder if that will look really strange. Am I out of frame? I just have paints in frame. That's all I got. We don't have the boys in frame yet. Okay, we're gonna try some different colors. So let's go straight with the yellow green, and we're gonna mix it with a bright green. And we're gonna see what kind of color we get. We're gonna try like a 50-50. Going in spirals. I'm feeling like a kid who OD'd on sugar, let loose in a toy store, and comes to be able to focus. I'm doing decent. Okay. Hey, Fulton, how you doing? I like this bright green. Bright green's really nice. It's my first time using this color. These two together, and I want to get kind of we got something pretty good there. I think we need a little bit more like yellowish tint. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a drop of bright yellow green. Painting trim on world leaders. Yeah, you'll be here for a while, right? Furniture just got delivered. Congrats. Hopefully the getting everything settled is painless. Yeah, I gotta put it together. Yeah. Okay. I'm liking this color. Holy cow, Zen, 41 months. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. What's going on, man? Alright. Let's try. I'm going to do their faces after everything else, so I'm just going to try to get these muscles. And then we'll go through and get faces. Right, green. That's a good orky green though. I did see the Space Marine 2 roadmap. It's not super impressive, I gotta be honest. You know, they have some new weapons and do like mission types or whatever, but it's alright. New enemy factions? I didn't see the new enemy factions. Okay. That'll probably just be for PvE though, right? I saw like new unit types, new enemy unit types, which I just imagine are more like Tyranid stuff, but look how bright that green is, guys. Being in the season pass, I had last night just to pre-order it. I know I'm gonna get it. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna get the normal one. The season pass seems to just be cosmetic stuff, right? Am I crazy in seeing that? Like, that's all I noticed. It was like, hey, if you get the season pass, you get all these DLC. That's just a bunch of cosmetics. I don't want any content locked behind monthly paywall. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't mind, like, I don't mind DLC for, like, new classes and stuff, and, and stuff like that. But like, I'm not paying for a season pass for cosmetics, you know. Like, I understand if they add new things and they want people to buy a DLC for it. Like, that's fine. You know, you get to play the librarian class or whatever if you buy the DLC. Like, I would buy that DLC, you know. I'm not buying a DLC for Ultramarine shoulder pads or Dark Angel's robes. This very green orc. Right, yeah, there's no point in paying for a whole season pass if you play, like, if you like one chapter, you know. Unless you just want to brag that you got it. We just like, yeah. Hopefully that changes in the future. You know, hopefully it's just like we spent so much time on everything else that... But that's kind of a silly thing.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you.
Hey,
for
Ice
allowing
Cold,
me
thank you
back
for the
into your
follow.
home.
Welcome. Ah. Okay. Got the green on everything but his face. Nice bright green. I like this green. It's 1 drop bright yellow gold, 2 drops yellow green. Bright yellow green, 2 drops yellow green, 1 drop bright green. Guess we'll go ahead and do his face just so we can be done. Alright. Kind of a classic green orc. I really like that color. Not a fan. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. I thought you were about to talk. I thought you were talking about my green. I was about to say, man, you can't not be a fan of my green. This is the green I chose. Okay, let's get the next one. The green is solid. Uh-huh. All right. All right. Okay, next guy. Yeah, and being able to like play with other people and choose a Chaos Legion, you know, and being able to like run around, like that sounds fun. It sounds a lot more fun than like you play the Corn Berserker and I'm going to play the you know, the Death Guard guy and he's going to play the Alpha Legion guy. Like that doesn't sound as cool. Way cooler to be able to like coordinate. A little faster with this as we go. Yeah, EC, if you're chilling, man, let me know what you think of the colors so far. I'm really happy with the minis. I should be done. I'll definitely be done with these Boar Boys today. And we'll be starting on the War Boss and Wyvern. Hey, Groovy. Good morning. How are you doing? Looking good. Thanks, man. All right. That's all that matters.
I believe, I believe.
Hey, Groovy. Thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate it. You guys are very generous today. I think that may be changed later. It probably will be changed later. That's still kind of cruddy, though. Maybe give people time to, you know, do single player stuff, and they really wanted a good like PvE content, and then they'll jump into the PvP stuff. Hey, Kai13 Bomb, welcome. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Suck PvP as chaos? Yeah. Yeah, I just think it kind of like kills like the immersion in it, right? Fine, I'm doing great. What game are you talking about? Space Marine 2. It comes out next week? Or in 2 weeks, right? Less than 2 weeks? Comes out September 9th, I believe. What's it compatible on? I think it's on like big three, like Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. I haven't seen anything stating otherwise. Yeah, I'm doing great. Doing great, Kai. I can get it then. Oh, there you go. Alright. Looks like they're really shooting for like a big kind of blockbuster release with the game. So crossplay has been confirmed? Really? So like actual legitimate crossplay? Is that like a more common thing now for crossplay? Because I remember it was like non-existent for a long time. But I don't play a lot of like big multiplayer games, so never hear about it. Yeah. Scar is white matte, not gloss. I need to spray, but I don't have it in my country, and shipping is 150%. Ah, jeez. Yeah, white scars are definitely like a white matte, like a matte white finish. However, if you only have access to the gloss, you can always get a matte varnish to put on the minis when you're done. It'll give everything a matte finish. That's what I prefer to do anyway. So I was playing Warframe. Well, it's not really a big studio. Okay, yeah. More prevalent in the past few years. Okay, okay, that's good to know. Something good coming out of the video game world. Alright. Just 2 done. Let's keep going. Hey, Lord of Trek, what's going on, man? Hey, Lord of Trek, can you message me on Discord your address I can ship to you? I also make sure I have it. I haven't dug through, I don't know when the last time we messaged or if you put an address in there, but if it is in there, just let me know. Like if it's posted sometime. Okay, thanks, man. Hoping Wilds be cross-platform at launch instead of being console locked. I have no idea what that game is, Loki. 3 armies I didn't paint yet. Can't find time to paint. Okay. What armies do you have, Kai? Do you play 40k or different games, or what do you got? I was continuing my Total War campaign last night. Thank you. Okay, cool. 40k. Yeah, awesome. Monster Hunter Wild slated for the beginning of 2025. Okay. Gotcha, I've never played those games. Playing as my dwarves. And just going nuts. The biggest Chaos Dwarf faction declared war on me. And they quickly took 2 cities because I was caught unprepared, and then I just dumpstered them. And now they're down to like 4 settlements. So I'll have them taken out in the next like 5 turns. So my campaign, I confederated more dwarves, so Whole bunch of territory. Making tons of money. Digging way too deep. Dwarves do. Going fantastic. Three orcs, Age of Sigmar. Okay, wow. Alright. 3 different orc armies in Age of Sigmar. Or you just own 3 orcs. Just highlighting this skin real quick. I didn't do a wash or anything. This is just dark yellow-green as a base coat, and then we got a nice little blend of colors as the highlight. I said earlier, it's 1 part bright yellow-green, 2 parts yellow-green, 2 parts bright green. All from Monument Hobbies Pro Acryl. Is every color I've used on these minis so far in Pro Acryl. Makes it easy for me to remember. Just 3 orcs. Okay. You bought it for the paints. That's fair. 2 armies of Space Marines, 1 half-finished Black Templars, 1 Orc Boys army, 1 Necron half-finished army, and a Tau Combat army. Okay. Dang. Alright, so you have quite a collection there. Cool. I have 4 40k armies. I play a lot of games, so I collect minis for a lot of different games. This army is a commission. These orcs are a commission, so it's not. I don't own Old World orcs, but I do have an Old World army of vampire counts. 4 40k armies. I play 30k. Star Wars Legion, Star Wars Armada, Middle Earth, all kinds of stuff. Okay. Guy's done. Part of the throng of his undead. Yes, I do. I have a skeleton warrior block that's that has people named. All the names on the base rims. It's great. It's like 25 or 26 people, I think. It's well over half the skeletons that I have. Loki, everybody knows what he's talking about when he says orcs for Sigmar. They're pretty much the same thing. I get personally offended when people talk about Warhammer Fantasy orcs and they spell it with a K, though. That's unacceptable. Those are ORC orc. Just distracting myself when I know. Okay. Gosh. High. Okay.
Even in death, I still serve.
Hey, who's that? Fulton. Thanks for the bits, man. That smooth, silky voice.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your
The
home.
Dreadnought. Hey, Banksy H3, welcome. How are you doing? What's the giveaway again? I will be painting a Chaos, an Exalted Hero of Chaos, Age of Sigmar mini. I got it primed and base coat. I just actually have to paint it. So we might paint it Sunday on stream, but that is our giveaway. I will send it to you free of charge. I just asked if you live outside the US, you just kind of help cover a bit of the shipping, if that's okay. Like split it with me or something. But you get an entry. It's channel points, so it's completely free. You just gotta hang out in the stream. And you know, guys know how channel points work, so you know, lots of different ways to get channel points. You can also be a member of the Patreon. If you're a Patreon member, you get an extra entry. The giveaway. And you can enter as many times as you want. But Patreon members get that extra entry. So, as well as they helped me decide what mini and what colors I was going to paint the mini. So thank you to all the patrons. What's the best game to get started in? Your ideas. It's your ideas, not mine, because I would say Warhammer 40k because you could have a friend that plays it. You have a strategy club. Honestly, the best game to get started in is one that you and your group of friends are interested in. War games, like tabletop war games, tend to be fairly complicated compared to a lot of other things when you're talking about like game rules and stuff. So playing a complicated game like 40k compared to a complicated game like historical, like bolt action. Like bolt action is a little simpler, but there's still like there's a lot going on. And so really it's like what's a setting that people are interested in. Miniature games are always, I mean, it's you spend as much as you want in the hobby. A little bit pricier to get into with just about any kind of any wargaming. And 3D printers make that a lot cheaper for every game. So a lot of things to consider, but basically if there's something you're interested in, try it out. I think what happens with a lot of people is they get into the hobby through Warhammer. And then for years and years, people will refuse to try something else. Just like outright never like try a different game. Until they do. And then they're like, wow, this other game is a lot of fun. In ways that Warhammer isn't, because that's how different things work, and then people kind of branch out after a while. But there are some people who they'll just never try a new game, and they just stick with what they know, and that's fine. But new games because they may be good. There you go, as Daniel Tiger says. Yep, man, I haven't watched Daniel Tiger in years. That did not take me long at all. Yeah, Raisha, you were like a week in, and you were like, I'm going to try this one. Knight or Chaos Knight in Packers colors. Okay. Imperial Knight is probably more appropriate, I feel like. It's got more of the football pad look without the, spare limbs and horns growing out of it, so. If it was like St. Louis, then maybe the Chaos one, because, rams and horns and... I think these prints are good. Nice. Alright. Congrats on the good prints. The orcs have hogs. I thought they had red monsters or something. Those are called squigs, Kai. And, yeah, squigs are a thing in Warhammer Fantasy. But orcs do ride boars. In, Warhammer Fantasy. It's a thing. Just like goblins ride wolves and spiders in Warhammer Fantasy. I think Warhammer Fantasy is a little less one-dimensional. Like 40k's been around for so long, and Fantasy kind of did this, but 40k kind of like Flanderized all the factions, where there's not a lot of subtlety. The Space Marine chapter is a really good example of that, where they took the like the chapter identity and turned it up to 11. I think they did that with orcs as well. It's maybe you don't notice it after so many years. You're like, yeah, just orcs and squigs and Gretchen or whatever, and never fully realize that there's all kinds of other interesting things that used to be there, or that are there in other like similar settings. Orcs have cyborgs? I don't think they do in 40k anymore. They do have like Squig Rider guys. Hey Yoshi, what's up? Bunch of Kill Team stuff, 40k, Custodes Army, Shatterpoint, X-Wing Armada Malifaux. Just doing all of it. You know, I used to focus on like one game. I played Star Wars Armada exclusively for 3 or 4 years straight. Every single week, 2-3 games a week I was playing Star Wars Armada. And I got really good at it. I learned you can't quite do that when you're focusing on like 4 different games. When I rotate between a bunch of different games. Favorite species in 40k as design, as far as like miniature design, Drukhari are my favorite. Super sleek and fast looking. They have like their vehicles and stuff are very purpose built, and like the sculpt reflects that. And there's like extra embellishments, but it's all about like the Raiders, for example. If you look at a Raider, I like to picture Raiders as like a super lightweight like alloy, like a rigid structure, and that's covered in like canvas, because they're super low toughness. They're not durable, but they're extremely fast. That's a very Drukhari thing to do, is to cut down on the weight. And even the flooring in the Raider, if you guys are familiar with the model, has like filigree as the flooring, but it's like a you could almost consider it like a honeycomb pattern, where they can not put a solid floor in the bottom, but it can still hold people's weight, but it weighs a lot less. So everything they do is about that speed design, which is really cool. It's really reflected in the minis, and I love that. Alright, we are halfway done with this green, guys. Halfway done with it. Admech for you, like the Black Templars. Nice, nice. All good choices. There's not a lot to hate in 40k as far as the aesthetic goes. I'm not a big fan of the Votan, to be honest. At least, yeah. Votan and like Admech don't do it for me. I guess as far as Imperial factions go, the Admech are probably my least favorite. For Xenos, it's Votan. For Chaos, it's Death Guard. I don't like the newer Death Guard design, where they're like everybody's bloated and giant with tentacles and everything. Like, I was a big fan of like the death and decay aspect of Nurgle. That to me like hit a lot harder than the current like Nurgle aesthetic. Alright, Kai, you have a great one. Sad toaster noises. Do you have a time limit after I prime the mini to paint it? I prefer to let the prime sit for about a day, like overnight, 24 hours or something. Because the primer, it's not about just drying, it's about curing and like allowing the like chemical reaction to take place. So yeah, primer is usually about 24 hours. But if you're gentle with the mini, if you're not dry brushing or, you know, being really rough with your brush, you can probably paint not too long after. The Votan bikes. That's the thing though. I wasn't a fan of the Votan aesthetic before those bikes. So, you know, I was painting 18 of those things being miserable the whole time because I didn't like them anyway, but you know what, guys? I have more Votan to paint probably next week. Ooh, yeah. TBD subtract some contract. Yeah, hey Zen, what are you doing next week? Want to get some free paint lessons? Assembly tomorrow and I'll prime and experiment on it. Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes I enjoy the minis I'm painting, sometimes I don't, but it's what I do. At the end of the day, I like putting colors on miniatures, so that helps. These colors I want to wear. That's fair. Yep. Huge fan of Votam and stumble on some TMT theme. Yeah. I have seen that as like the Hecaton or something. I saw someone paint Votan in a color scheme I liked. And I was kind of like, I was like, I could maybe do that. And I think it was like an olive green, like a camo green color. And I liked that. I don't know, something about the more natural colors. Same with Tau. I have never, I guess in a very long time, been super interested in ever painting Tau, but painting those Farsight Enclave minis last week really made me appreciate like the simplicity of the Tau infantry. Like when you're not painting white on all the Tau, like there's some nice simple details about the Tau minis that makes them enjoyable to paint, and they look good. Base coating the giveaway mini, did you also base the trim or the primary color? I'll show you here in a second. I just airbrushed it, that's all. That's all I did. Hey, Amethystine, what's up? You've completed your Magnus. Oh man, Sweaty Magnus is done. You wanna share some pictures? You got pictures up on his Instagram or you want to put them in there? Just okay, cool. I'm gonna take a look here in a minute. The best Sweaty Magnus you guys will ever see. Yeah, just the primary color. Yeah, it's base coated in royal purple, and I just airbrushed it real quick. Put down the base color. Professional camera with the reel is on my iPhone. Okay, all right. I have a new camera coming. It comes in Friday. I have a lens that should be coming in soon after. Painting Dad might have a whole new stream set up in the next couple weeks. Hopefully a little more professional looking. Oh, why did I just do that? No. Go, okay. Never make a mistake, guys. Get your brush wet real quick. Over the spot in water, and then soak it up. It is very Sweaty Magnus, alright. Okay, yeah, 6 of these orcs done. Like it came out of a pool. That's incredible. And you have like a beach theme on the base, which is great. Or like a beach, or like a just like a shallow water, like ocean themed. I think that's really cool. Yeah, the wings look great. And the white on the wingtips really just looks, he's just dripping his glistening muscles. Yeah, zooming in on his abs. I don't know if you're zooming on his abs there, but, you know, okay. All right. Very nice. Very nice work. No Vallejo, okay. The glow on the staff, the orb on the staff looks really good, too. Oh, great mini. Guys, go check it out. I am indeed attracted to him. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Okay. Good. Good. I don't know. Cool. Magnus the Moist. Yeah. Yep. Like a... There we go. Someone has a cat in their house. Just want to let you guys know, if you have cats or furry animals for that matter, you will get animal hair on your minis. Very romance novel Magnus? Yep. I can't believe it's not Magnus. I think there's someone we finally found that likes Magnus more than I do. Not by much, but I shall be the witch queen of swords. Hey, thanks for the sub.
Every day's a good day when you paint.
See, now when I paint sweaty Lilith Hesperax, my wife gets mad at me. So I don't know how to pull this off and not to be weird from my end. Oh, who gifted that sub? Was that Oberion? Sorry, I don't have my Twitch chat open. Did someone redeem left-handed? I don't know. Oh, that Fulton redeemed left-handed. Okay, Fulton. Sorry, if you're still here, give me a minute. I'll get my left-handed mini. It's a mini I got to paint left-handed. If that's cool with you. I don't paint commissions left-handed. It was redeemed a bit ago. My bad. I thought I had a sound alert tied to that one. Oh, my bad. I don't. So I use. I really need to go through and figure out my my redemptions and chats. I'm sorry, Fulton. If you're here. If you're not here, I'll wait till you're back, and then we'll paint left-handed when you come back. Haven't heard it. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to look up my sound alerts then. Maybe there's something going on with those. Painting Dad's a scrub, guys. Okay. Okay. Well, solid work. amethystine. You should be very proud. Minnie looks amazing. First 1,000 point game of Age of Sigmar yesterday. Nice. All right. I'll channel points, so not worried. Okay, that's fair. Unfair to people.
Stay on target.
Oh, my bad. Thank you. That sound alert worked. What do oils do in paints? I'm drifting. Yeah, yeah. So oil is a medium that some people use for their paints. So normally we use acrylics, which is like a plastic based medium. Oil is a different base material. I think like linseed oil is really popular. I'm not sure what other kind of oils there are, but yeah, it's just a different medium to paint with, to put your pigment in to paint with. It has different properties, a lot slower to dry, a lot easier to blend and mix colors. Yeah. I don't usually use oils, so I am definitely not an expert, not the one to give a lot of advice on oil paint. Put an effort into making it so you have to stay engaged the whole turn. Use reactions opponents' actions. Yeah, okay, so it's like Horus Heresy, right? With the reactions. I heard there was stuff about reactions, but they cost like command points, right? Or something like that. Built into the army as you play as traits. Okay. Yeah, if you want to actually learn how to paint, don't watch Marco Frazzoni. If you want to watch someone paint and be impressed with what they're doing, watch Marco Frazzoni. And if you want to be yelled at. He is Italian and very Italian. And just immediately starts his videos off by yelling at you. But his videos are like, you know, how to buoy. Yeah, that's what he does. But you know, he's very much like, here's how to paint these minis in half an hour, and then he goes through these super like high level techniques and uses oils and is doing all this stuff, and like no normal person is going to use these techniques. It's just like eye candy videos that's like hitting the YouTube algorithm. incredible artist, absolutely stunning work. I have never like watched a video of his and been like, wow, I want to try that, or wow, that looks doable. Talk to the Patreons to the upcoming project. Not yet. Not yet. And no, new thing won't be here. I already told people I'm getting a new camera, if that's what you're talking about. But the camera will be here Friday, and then I have a lens coming in hopefully by the end of the weekend or early next week. Wait, I ordered it from eBay, dude. It was
Good job.
the end of last week. Hey, thanks for the compliment. What camera lens size? So it is a, let's see if I remember this right. No, I can't remember what kind of camera it is. Dang it. The lens is a, man, is it a 15 by 35 maybe? I'll look it up for a second. I did a bunch of research, and researching stuff about cameras is difficult. I just want to say, if you don't know stuff about cameras, yeah, let me finish this guy, and I'll tell you what I have coming in. Your stepdad's a camera nerd? That sounds super useful. I have like a friend, or know someone, have someone close that's like really into cameras. That'd be really helpful for me right now. My own selfish purposes. Yeah. I took photography in high school. I learned nothing. Absolutely nothing. Took a year and a half of photography classes. I mean, I learned how to. I was in the last photography class in my high school to do actual film, like film development, which was pretty cool. The biggest skill I got out of it was my eyes were able to adjust really fast to dark and light. That was about it. Because you walk into the dark room, you gotta wait until your eyes adjust or whatever. But I'd be able to go in there and like my eyes would adjust in like 10 seconds. That was like a superpower. It was literally the most useful thing I got out of photography class. I wish I would have like taken the time to learn, or like, you know, out the teacher, but what kind of teenager in 2008 thought that they would be a full-time streamer and working with cameras? Like, that's, you know, that's like a Gen Z thing. That's not generically safe. I ended up with a Canon EOS T7. I did have a Canon T7. I ended up selling it. I never used it. I currently have a Sony A5000, and it's a decent camera. It's good. I wanted something. Really, I think it's like the lens was the important thing. But the camera I'm getting it's a 4K mirrorless. And it has like native like clean output for streaming, and it's just good. The Sony, I had to like install this mod, like this jailbreak mod, onto the camera to get it clean output for when I stream. Okay, 8K, not including the lenses. Okay, well, All right, let's see. What kind of camera did I get? I got a Panasonic Lumix GX85. That's what I got. And my lens, it's a 12 by 35 2.8 OIS lens of Lumix GX Vario. That's my lens. I currently use just a straight 50mm lens. So, yep, I sideloaded an app on my camera. I did. Yeah, I had to. That's the only way I could get it to for streaming. Camera collector's laughing dead inside at the price. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, this camera I got was expensive enough. And even then, every time I order a new camera, I tell the painting wife about it. Like, that camera, like, it was pretty pricey, but, you know, I got it, it's, you know, whatever, and all this stuff. It's like, oh, how much was it? I was like, yeah, well, between the camera and the lens, it was, you know, $800 or $850 or something. She's like, oh, that's not as bad as I thought. It's like, dang it, I could have gone more expensive. She's so like like I feel like her soul is just like dead to like the money I spend on like hobby / work. I got them both used as well, so that's why they're a lot cheaper. But she's so like desensitized to everything. She's like, oh, it's you know, less than $2,000. Okay, all right. Toys do get more expensive in adulthood. That's true. Yeah. And she just like buys books compulsively, and she's like I spent $40 on books today. Like, okay. Her reading backlog is like my painting backlog, though. She's like planning books that she's gonna read over Christmas break right now. I think Warhammer figures, yeah, they're overpriced. Yeah. No, I haven't got a dummy battery yet. Yeah, I gotta get some stuff for it. Which, now that I have it coming in this Friday, I can probably order a dummy battery. Yeah, there's some extra extra things I want to get. I think I might want to upgrade my lighting. Upgrading my lighting is something that I definitely want to do. Which needs the adults. So, all right, it's not Barnes and Noble that's the issue. It's half price books, and I'm the same way in half price books though. Like, I hadn't been to a half price books in like a decade, and we went in there a couple weeks ago on like we went on like a little date, and we were near half price books, and we're like, oh yeah, let's go to half price books and let's buy some books for the painting son, you know, and maybe something like that we might want or whatever. We walked out of there with like $50 in books, but it was like 10 books. It was ridiculous. Like, I bought what did I buy? We got this really cool book about like Roman culture, but it's like a things to spot book, but then it has like these big history lessons and all these things. My son is 7 years old. He has no idea what Rome is, but he loved that book. We flew through that book, and now we're reading The Hatchet. We bought Chronicles of Narnia, and we're gonna read that. What else? We got this cool book about pirates. It's like this like big info book. He likes those like history like info books. So, yeah, we're reading The Hatchet. It's been great. Already thinking about the Roman Empire. yeah. It always starts too early. It does. Yeah. Every time I mention that book, I think you guys are thinking about the Roman Empire too much. Roman Empire is that pigeons are free. That's something you think about all the time. Do you happen to have pigeons? Like, are you considering taking the pigeons? Yeah, you can't just take them. Yeah, I don't think anyone would care if you just took pigeons. I don't have any pigeons yet. Okay, all right. You know, I have an older brother, and he worked at a car manufacturing plant for a year or so as a young adult, and he worked with a lot of immigrants, and he worked with some immigrants who were from Southeast Asia, all about his age, like early 20s at the time. And he made friends with them. Spoke very, very broken English and everything, but I don't know how my brother doesn't make friends. He's like super quiet and like grumpy all the time, but somehow he made friends with these guys. So they invited him over to their apartment to hang out after work one day, and so he goes to hang out. And they, you know, he ate food with them, and they had a soup for him to try as duck blood soup, and he tried. He's like, it's really good. And they're like, yeah, we got it from the geese, you know, hanging out in the apartment complex, you know, on the property. And he's like, what? They told him they'll go out there and they'll just kill like the like feral like stray geese that like infest everywhere, like every public place, and they just kill them and make duck blood soup out of them, and probably all kinds of other food. And so he was eating soup made from the geese hanging around the guy's apartment. But you know, you're saving money on food. You gotta get money, get the food where you can, right? It gets hard to resist every day. I bet. Yeah, those geese are just tempting you to kidnap them. That's we got one more orc. Weapon shield on the Falcon is a pain. Ah, that sucks. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was reading The Hatchet to my son. We were reading some last night, reading a chapter, and we're on a chapter where he decides to make a fishing spear and to try to fish. He makes a spear, he's being unsuccessful and whatever, so he's trying to find something to make a bow so he can like launch his spear into the water, you know, make it more effective. And he's just, you know, thinking and like finding solutions to all these problems, and really cool. Well, then he hears a plane flying in the distance, and he's like, that's a search plane, like they're looking for me. So he had built a signal fire, like a, you know, like a beacon, right? Like the beacons of Gondor. He had like a pile of wood on top of this like little bluff, and he goes and he sets it on fire, and as he starts the fire, he hears the plane sound fade away. He knew they flew away. Well, I was reading that part to my son, and we talk about the plane and how he hears the plane getting close, and he's like, I know they're looking for me. It's a search plane and all this stuff. And my son, who is very excitable, starts cheering at that point. I was like, oh no. Like, we're only halfway through the book, kid. Like, and he's like getting all excited. He's like, yeah, there's a plane. Yeah, they're finding him and all this stuff. And then like it flies away, and he just like, you know, and like Brian in the story just like breaks down, and yeah, it's like, oh, this kid, it is too fun to read books to. Hey, Choach, how you doing, man? Oh, and I got an update for you guys, because I'm going to keep bothering you guys about this because I can, because it's my stream. So, as of yesterday, I am down. I've lost over 15 pounds on my my new eating habits. So, feels good. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was funny too because I weighed myself and I saw the number, and like my brain didn't comprehend it. I thought it was like 10 pounds more than what it was telling me. So it took me like a minute. I just stared at the scale. I was like, wait a minute, like that's oh okay, like wow, oh cool, hey, I'm down. So my goal is to lose like 35 pounds. So I'm almost halfway to my goal. But thank you. Go with the Questor's chassis. Talk to my cousin who plays knights, get feedback before going. Alright. You should get the Cerastus Knight. Those are the cool ones. The giant lance and shield. The time before I'm at fighting weight. The lighter you are, the easier it is to climb. Alright, okay. Fighting weight. Never heard that phrase before. But while you're painting, might burn a few hundred calories that way. That's true. You know, I'm just sitting here, like, I could just do all kinds of exercises. You guys have no idea. I'm just exhausted by the time I'm done painting. I used to have a little under desk like exercise bike thing. Wait, when I'm lean. Oh, okay. Sure. Very cool. It's nice, doesn't fit the image of my uncle. Okay. Well, congrats, Amethystine. Hopefully you get there. Normally, like, I get to a point when I'm trying to lose weight, and I get to a point where, like, you know, I plateau, and then like I like lose motivation, but I've been doing good so far. I kind of plateaued there for a couple days, and I was like, what is going on? But then yeah, then yesterday I weighed in and had dropped a couple pounds, so it was nice. Yeah, I changed something up. Yep. Yeah, and I'm really like, you know, my big thing is I'm watching my nutrients, like specific nutrients I'm getting, like my macros and stuff, to, you know, make sure I am getting what I need to like feel good while also losing weight, so I'm not like grumpy all the time or just hungry all the time. So that's been nice. And it's crazy to be like eat a huge meal for my dinner after kind of like budgeting a little bit through the day, but then like I'm super full. I'm like, wow, I still have like 300 calories to eat. Like, what am I gonna do? Having a sport helps. Yeah, that's true. What sport? I play the occasional soccer with my son, but that's not as much sport. High protein, high fat, low carb diet. Yeah, that's also the tastiest diet. I mean, carbs are good and all, but like, fat is delicious. I haven't had like fried food in over a month, and that's weird. Like, You do rock climbing. Okay, that's solid. Okay, that makes sense. Your phrase where it's why you already easier it is to climb, which also makes sense. Yeah, we did like a breakfast for dinner kind of thing last night, which is like a classic painting household breakfast. We like doing breakfast for dinner. But I made scrambled some eggs, and I mix in egg whites with like regular eggs, you know, to kind of lower the caloric count and everything. But we got these little hash browns for my son, and they're like McDonald's hash browns. Hey, Tuvon, what's up? Well, you put them in the air fryer. It's like, okay, 130 calories each. That's fine. I can eat one of them, and I'll be good. I had like 1,000 calories for my dinner. So I ate one of those things. It was so freaking good. So good. I was like, I could eat more, and I didn't eat more. I had the budget for it, but I didn't do it. I know those things are in the fridge. Morty commission just arrived. Nice, Tuvon. How's it look? Happy with it? Mess with keto. Tricky to get right. If you don't, you feel like crap. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I'm not messing with keto either. I'm just doing like trying to keep my ratio good of, you know, less than 35% carbs and fat, more than 35% protein, my daily nutrients, which is pretty difficult when you're trying to like get a variety of meals, and I don't want to eat chicken all the time. So, I did a good job. That's good. Good, man. I've never painted Mortarion. I have painted one Demon Primarch, and both of the Loyalist Primarchs are 40k at this point. But I haven't painted Magnus or Mortarion. Alright, guys. We got that skin. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go through these real quick. I'm going to take the same color, and I'm just going to hit some of these raised edges with the same color. It's going to act as, I guess, a little more of a highlight. Top of everything else. Gives a little more solid color. Early for health, keeps inflation and pain at bay. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, there are a lot of food allergies in our house, so I try to not eat food that my wife can't eat for the most part, so ends up being a pretty restricted diet anyway. Mustard as a food allergy? Yeah, that's fair. Is it hard to avoid? I would imagine mustard wouldn't be too hard to avoid in things. Does it affect me? Whole grains are fine. Okay, more so you'd expect, yeah. That seems to be the case when people have food allergies. It just seems like you find it in everything. Okay. It's bright green. What really sounds good to me is like a pizza. Like a real pizza. A pizza or dim sum. Dim sum sounds really good. Beef stroganoff. Stroganoff is good. Okay, yeah, if they just say spices, yeah. That makes sense, yeah. I find a space marine barehanded to get beef stroganoff. Jeez, okay. I will make beef stroganoff. But, we don't have dairy in the house. They have to substitute some things. I did find a dairy-free beef stroganoff. But we have to be careful, too, because we don't do eggs in the house. I will eat eggs occasionally, and my son. My wife can't eat eggs, so... so you can't do, like, egg noodles. So you have to find pasta that works. But yeah, it ends up being just a lot of substitutes. Sulfur? No, it's eggs and dairy and vanilla and cinnamon and all kinds of stuff like that. Swedish meatballs as opposed to stroganoff. Okay, yeah, Swedish meatballs are good. Yeah, and all things that came later in life, too, so it's like... Painting son is born, all of a sudden painting wife is allergic to a bunch of foods. Had Swedish meatballs. Yeah, they're alright. I mean, they're not like, Swedish meatballs aren't gonna knock your socks off, dude. They're just, it's like a sweet barbecue sauce on, like, soft meatballs. Yeah, some people really like them, though. That's... Japanese hamburgers? Yeah, for some reason I don't feel like they're the same thing, but beef gravy, sour cream, and seasoning. Oh, okay. So there's like, something different. See, that sounds pretty good. No, alright. Maybe I've never had actual Swedish meatballs then. I just have the crappy Midwest version. With cheese curds thrown in? I mean, I would not be opposed to that at all. I do love cheese curds. They're not super common in Ohio, though. Seasonings, yeah, too fun. Yeah. It's just always with the mustard. Yeah, Culver's is like the best place though, if you want to get cheese curds. There's a couple restaurants around here that'll serve them, like chains or whatever, but it's not at all a common thing. Yeah, Culver's is so good though. Culver's is a fast food burger joint from Wisconsin, and they're famous for a burger called a butter burger. But yeah, they also serve like frozen custard and cheese curds or something they're known for, and their onion rings are really good. But it's like a very like high quality fast food. It's not like a dingy fast food place or whatever. I've never been in a Culver's that's been sketchy. Yeah. No. It is not don't compare it to Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is utter garbage. I went to a Jack in the Box once and was nervous at what I saw. Good dog and the curly fries. Oh my gosh. I was like, hey, look, you can get a crappy hamburger or a really crappy looking taco. Like from the same restaurant. It was weird. We have, we have White Castle here in Ohio. So, not saying we're better than everybody, but White Castle is something special. Some Jack in the Crack tacos. Yeah, it's pretty much like... I feel like the only time you would like Jack in the Box is, you know, like 3 a.m. bars close, like you're absolutely plastered and you know, and you're starving. Or if you're, you know, I don't know, super high or something, you've been smoking a bunch of weed and you want to go get some... I don't know, that's kind of what Jack in the Box reminds me of. I don't find White Castle, but I also don't like onions. Yeah, if you don't like onions, you're not going to like White Castle. Mimicking the key elements of food, yeah. Jack in the Box makes Taco Bell seem high quality. They make Arby's look like real food. I hate Arby's. Considered vegan if you don't have the cheese on top. Really? What? I hope that's real. I hope that's a real fact. That's what I've heard. Okay. Okay. Be under a Snapple cap. Is Snapple still around? Is that a thing? One more with this little extra bit of color here. They are okay. Well, go. Let's get Little Caesars pizza and frozen taquitos for D&D night back in high school. Yeah, it probably did. That sounds like it'd take years off your life. There was this little pizza place. They opened up a couple locations around, but it was near where I went to college, and we would go there because they had a $5 large pizza. It was just a basic pepperoni pizza, and I swear they had that pizza ready in like a minute and a half. When you like, you'd walk in their order and they just bring you the box of the pizza in it. I always thought that they just had frozen pizzas they bought like in crazy bulk, and they just always had them like under a hot lamp, and they just put them in the box and gave them to you. Amethyst team, have a great stream. Thanks for coming to hang out. It's been great chatting with you, and your Magnus does look incredible. So. Again, you should be very proud. That is a super cool looking mini. But yeah, and they kept opening locations. But man, their pizza was good. It was good dirt cheap pizza. Way better than Little Caesars. Okay, we're going to do some hooves. Hooves and fingernails here. Start with the hooves. Gotta get a couple more colors on these boars so they don't look so boring. I already see that I do have shields. I have shields separate on these minis that I'm gonna paint. Be extending this into tomorrow, this job, which, you know, I was kind of hoping I could get it done today, but it's taking a little too long getting these little extra details. We're making it look good. Falling. If a bit simple. Hey TPD, I'm once again asking you to send help. It's hot out here. I'm sorry. What do you need? Need me to write a doctor's note or something? Working through some details here. Fight the sun? Okay, alright, I'm on it. I'm excited to paint this dragon, or not dragon, the wyvern when I get to it. And the orc on top looks really cool. So he's pretty much covered head to toe in armor. Probably be pretty fast to paint, but Evzendra will kick the sun's butt. Alright. Heard the man's in. Ice Cold, how you doing? Such a great pace. I know the person you're painting for. It's the worst dice rolls imaginable. Oh, really? At least he's gonna look good in defeat. Ah, that stings. It's alright, man. It's... I hope he enjoys his minis. You know, that's the thing about playing these games. If you're wanting to get in and be, like, competitive with it and everything, then yeah, like, you know, having good luck, bad luck can change the feeling, but in my opinion, the best way to get into these games is just to enjoy having like cool looking minis on the table, you know, making an interesting army and everything, and you know, kind of like having the stuff set out. It's like the narrative, right? The cinematic sense of everything. But yeah, having really bad luck isn't great. I played him once, and yeah, there were like, I don't think either of our luck was particularly good or bad. He just had like one, I think there was like 1 or 2 bad rolls in the midst of the game that changed the game a lot and allowed me to kind of pull off the win. So do you play Fantasy 2 then, Ice Cold? What army do you play? Very well said. Enjoy placing these models on the table. Yeah, I appreciate it. I do. I have been having a lot of fun painting these minis, and I hope he really likes them. Look forward to seeing these across the table from me. You're on Dark Elves, very cool. I have some super old Dark Elf minis from like the early 2000s. That was my army for a while. I think it's under 2,000 points worth of minis, but you know, when you're 14 years old or something collecting an army, might build your collection up as fast. My pride and joy from that army are the old the metal executioners, which I like a lot better than the plastic ones. Best. Yeah. That's something that's nice about Warhammer. I don't like that the old world is charging, you know, 2024 prices for, you know, minis from 2004, but I do like the simplicity and the style of the older minis for the most part. Yeah, I have a pretty big Vampire Counts army. Released Tomb Kings and Bretonians. Store plastic model. Yeah, they had those models in a warehouse for 2 decades. I'm like, yeah, $300. Are you looking forward to the like announcement stuff tonight, the roadmap and everything? And what's your prediction for the next faction coming out? I think it's going to be High Elves. I think High Elves are the next faction getting a book. And I think they'll finish up the basic 9 within the next like 5 or 6 months. Chaos Knights? Wait, what? Chaos Knights. For 40k? Or for fantasy? We're talking about old world, man. Or whatever they're called. Get out of here. They just came out, dude. they're coming out. They had their pre-order. Warriors of Chaos, yeah. Releases on Saturday. There you go, Zen. Jump in, man. Jump in some Warriors Chaos. Chaos Knights, Zen, are the second strongest knights in the game. Very specifically the second. The only knights stronger than them are the Vampire Count Blood Knights. And the only reason the Blood Knights are stronger is because they can regenerate wounds through necromancy. Yeah, otherwise, Chaos Knights are insane. Sold on eBay when they haven't been in production for years. Yeah. Tiles, I'll be getting my Phoenixes and... Oh, cool. Yeah, very cool. Zen's been playing a lot of Soval, so that's why he doesn't know the name. He just knows the faction. Yeah, new 40k roadmap, Horus Heresy roadmap, the Old World roadmap, and there's a different roadmap too. I can't remember what the other game was. Like Warcry Underworlds, I don't know, something like that. Kill Team is not part of the announcement. They just had their big stream like last week or whatever, or 2 weeks ago. But yeah. I'm excited for 3 of those roadmaps. You'll be at Nova tonight? Nice, 1-inch heroes, that's awesome. If you get the announcement ahead of time, you gotta let us know. You gotta send us, post on Discord, all the deets. Well, Age of Sigmar's getting like a bigger preview. They're not just like, I think what I want to do... Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, it says AOS getting a roadmap too. Okay, because there's like 6 games that are getting something. Let's do this. Mix these colors together. Let's see what we get. Pretty nice color action. Okay. A little bit dry brushing here. Yeah, there's 2 that are getting like more of a preview than others. It's like Age of Sigmar and Underworlds or Warcry or something. The 50-50 mix of, this is advanced flesh tone and dark umber. We're just trying to put this on the face to get a little more of like a fleshy tone kind of coming through the face and snout. We're just wanting to break up some of the colors a little bit. Okay, not this guy. Fingers crossed we at least a few seasons of roadmap. Yeah, yeah. I think they will. I think they'll do like the next 6 or 8 months or something. I think that's what they'll do. Said the Horus Heresy is the biggest mystery, I think, of what they're going to come out with. I had heard some rumors of what could be coming out, and there was a small leak from the official like Horus Heresy Discord, or not Discord, a Facebook page, where they put a banner up, and it was showing a Solar Auxilia, what do you call that? A Baneblade, like a Baneblade variant. And it was definitely like 28 mil scale, so it was like a big one, you know. And they have those for Forge World, but it was with the new art and everything, so, or that new like photographic style that they make it look like a piece of artwork, but just like minis with like a crazy background. So I'm thinking a big Solar Aux Baneblade will be a thing, but I hope there's a lot of like cool stuff coming for that. EC Codex, hopefully new models. Yeah, they probably won't announce that for a while. I am thinking Emperor's Children will be toward the end.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back
Toward
into
the
your
end of
home.
the edition. Black Label Streams, welcome. How are you doing? Yeah, just in time for 11th. Yep. Well, models are great. Thank you. I appreciate it. Are you in the hobby? You paint minis, play Warhammer, play any other mini games, anything like that? You're working on simpler techniques to do some nice like tabletop standard orcs. A little bit to do on these guys, but not a whole lot more. Just come out and tell us Demon's Codex isn't happening. Yeah. That might be a thing they talk about with the stream. Could very well be part of the stream where they say, hey, Thousand Suns are coming, or, you know, the Chaos God specific legions are coming, and with that, we're going to be doing away with Chaos Demons. Dabble in painting and Hero Quest. Okay, cool. They like re-released Hero Quest, right? Within like the last year or two. If I'm not mistaken. I've never played Hero Quest. Thanks, it's the original. Happy to finally have some new content miniatures to paint. That's cool. That's cool. With the re-release, did they like resculpt the miniatures, or was it just like a 1-to-1 re-release of the game? I know they have like new stuff, but I just wonder if they re-released. Yeah, all the minis are totally new. Okay, very cool. All right. I'm gonna be real cheeky painting the eyes here, but first, before I paint the eyes, I'm gonna paint these little skulls on this banner to happen. We're gonna go bone. Yeah, you know what's funny, Zen? I knew exactly when you commented about Hero Quest stuff that the only reason you knew that is because of Midwinter Minis. Not mad. Just disappointed. Might be the one wash I use on these minis. Over these skulls. Airbrush last night and it clogged beyond repair. Oh my gosh. Didn't you just get a new airbrush? Yeah. Gotta clean that thing really good, apparently. I think what's crazy about airbrushing is if you want to look up guides on how to clean your airbrush, you can find 100 different guides on YouTube, and every single guide tells you a different way to clean your airbrush. ultrasonic. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like leaving it submerged in liquid. That to me is a bit much. If it's never dry, it'll never rust. You'll never get the rot on your gaskets or whatever. I'm just like, nah. No. Look, we can take some more calls. Yeah, no problem. That'd be great. Yeah, it'd be great if you put some pictures in. I'd love to see some Hero Quest minis. I don't know if I've ever seen painted Hero Quest minis in the Discord, so... Yeah, he might be a good one to get advice from. Skull. That dry for a little bit while I paint some eyes. I'm gonna take the easy road here, and I'm gonna paint the eyes white. Or not white. I'm gonna paint them red. I don't want to spend the time on pupils and such on all these minis. It's 4 eyes per mini, 3 to 4 eyes per mini, depending on how many eyes the boar has, and all that time for pupils. Well, yeah, we'll do red eyes on the boars too. We'll try it. If something about it's like awful, then we'll change it up, but on a crash course for a bad weekend. Clean the crap out of my brush immediately after every color. I've never had it gum up or need to be deep cleaned. Oh. Yeah, I mean, maybe you're just super thorough, or, you have a, tells them what cleaner you're using. We need to learn this stuff. Okay, I am going to use some, I like the deeper red, a little bit of a stronger red. We're going to use red oxide. The ones he told me to buy? Okay. Dang it.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Simeon5. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Our Envolio cleaner. The Vinci V mix, yeah. I ended up, because he talks about his mix is like, it's like 10 to 1 or whatever. Water to the Vallejo. I started putting more Vallejo into my mix. More of that airbrush cleaner. You obviously you go through it a lot faster, but it cleans a little better. A cleaner, yeah, okay. Medea cleans an airbrush. Yeah, pretty much. red eyes look good on those guys. Me a cement through. Yeah, yeah. What you should do, Zen, take that Tamiya cement and fill up. Don't fill up your cup, but put some in your cup and let it sit. And then, without being hooked up to a compressor, activate the trigger a little bit, move that needle around a bit. Kind of work that stuff in there. It'll knock loose a whole bunch of stuff that you never even thought was in your airbrush. Just wear a respirator. Pipe cleaners? Yeah, pipe cleaners would be good too. Yeah, I think sometimes the airbrush just needs like a good deep clean. Varnish through it. Pretty sure it's yeah. You had to clean out varnish especially well. Yes, the varnish will clog up. Okay, got those eyes. I'm still not sure how to base these minis. I don't know if I want to do like classic dirt and grass or what. That's something we'll have to figure out. No, I'm happy with these. I'm happy with them. We need to let these skulls dry, and I'm just gonna put a wash on them, and I'm gonna call it a day on those skulls. I think. What I'm gonna do next, I have a whole bunch of shields here, little alligator clips. So, and they're airbrushed brown. So we're gonna get our. Oh, and this was just, we just did this light umber. So we're going to take this light umber, we're going to do a quick dry brush. Stuff. Thanks, man. They're simple, but I love that. I don't know. The minis themselves are simple, and it's great. It's so satisfying to have, like, soldiers that just look like, basic soldiers. Like, that's just what they are. Heavier on my my paint there, but we're just dry brushing the wood, and then we're gonna get the metals and stuff. Let's go there. most stable on here. Gotta work with what we got. On their backs, what? No, they'll be on their left arms. There's a little spot where it fits on their arm. I believe you can equip these guys with or without shields. Which is why their arms are fully detailed without. Or at least at one point in this mini's life cycle through game rules, there was the choice. Give them shields or not. And what we're going to do, we're actually going to put the orc kind of iconography on this shield. We're going to paint that. And the army colors for this army, it's going to be really simple. It's going to be black and white. And that sounds, I don't know, kind of lame or simple or whatever, but I think it fits the orcs better. So full time in between work calls, nice. Nice. Like something like red, I think is probably a little more. That's probably a little too 40k-ish, in my opinion. So this shield has a skull. We have this last one, but this last shield is just metal. Okay, so next component of this is we are painting black on a lot of these parts. It's a bigger brush for this. Okay. These ones, we need to avoid the wood that's underneath. Getting everything else. And it does have a metal kind of rim on the shield, and that's actually going to be dry brush silver, like we dry brushed the other silver on these minis. But then these middle parts are going to be black and white. What kind of run you doing in Sovals in? Surprise, but it looks like the legendary Eldar Forge world. Legendary of the Eldar has stated. Wait, what? What is that from? Is just stuff out of order, or was there like an announcement? Started, okay. Forge World has been slowly closing up shop. They're really narrowing their focus. It's going out of stock. Yeah. Right. GW has this weird, like, compartmentalizing of games that I really don't like. Like, the whole reason they dumped all the Heresy stuff in 40K, and they're not using Age of Sigmar minis for Warhammer Fantasy, even though, like, you can clearly tell that was like the original intent of these minis. Yeah, it's a little infuriating. It's like, I buy Vampire Count stuff, but I buy it from the Soulblight Gravelords range. And I just imagine GW's like, wow, 3 months before 4th edition AOS comes out and our sales have been exploding, but it's people buying like all the new, like getting into the old world and buying old world stuff. Speculation missing them pulling Blood Angels dreads? No, they're probably just pulling them. I don't think they're going to put new dreads out. Unless they do, like, next edition or something. No one's going to get special dreadnoughts. 2 more here. This black, and we're gonna get some silver out. Gonna dry brush around these rims, and then we're hitting up a couple more colors on the shields. I mean, that's got a new baby carrier. Yeah. Meh. Mark 5, Kit Dreaded's doomed. Yeah, if it's like the old school. Okay, last one. Stick on there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the stream tonight. I'm ready for some news. See what's coming out. I'm most excited for Heresy stuff, and then the Old World, and then 40k. Order of excitement. Nice thing about the Old World, though, is I play vampire counts, which means I'm not going to get an army book, which means I don't have to specifically worry about releases and what comes out and when. So that's kind of nice. What did you think would change this particular fact? If they got a range refresh? What should be coming? Yeah, they should be coming on Thursday. Yeah, the points for Blood Angels. Or are you talking about like full-on points change? Range refresh. No, I don't think model size would change. I think they would add more. Oh, okay, a bunch of points changes. Well, that's cool. Hopefully, poor Gene Stealer Colts get some love. Man, that poor faction. I think what they would do is they would release kind of similar looking style. I think they're kind of locked in on the style, but there would be a lot more like embellishments on the minis, you know, detail creep, and probably fewer options. Yeah, Thousand Sons have been doing really good, haven't they? Like in this whole era. Them and Drukari. I know Drukari are gonna get hit. I never got a chance to really play him. Little dry brush, paper towel. Thousand Sons. Brought 3 of them. Wow, okay. What, dang it. Okay. These are not dry yet. Let's give these shields a moment to dry, and in the meantime, a bit of a wash on these skulls over here. I have not been following 40k. The name of the book that happens after Lord of the Rings isn't written by Tolkien. Characters. There's some lost spear. Happens after Lord of the Rings. I don't know. Probably written by Christopher Tolkien. If it's a Lord of the Rings story. Not much has been going on lately. Okay. Yeah. I have never been more, like, underwhelmed at a Codex release as I was with the Imperial Agents. I don't know what I expected anyway, but, like, it just... Like, that Codex was coming out, and I was like, oh. And, like, that came out, like, last weekend or something, didn't it? You do be disappointing people, yeah. Okay. Rim on one of those. Let's get the next one. Stuff. You know, I read through the Blood Angels attachments, and I'm sure they're going to be good. But what 40K has been doing with each Codex release is it's just more of the same thing. It's like I was talking to my buddy who plays Blood Angels about the 10th Codex. And we're reading through the abilities, and he's like, this is just the World Eater's ability, right? Like, yeah, it is. And like, oh, this one, okay, you reroll ones to hit or whatever, or to wound. Like, cool. Yeah, there's no, like, interesting things about the rules. It's just all these simple little interactions. Like, the reroll ones and then reroll all when you're below half strength is so overused. I think there's like 4 or 5 detachments in the game that have that exact same rule. Like, that's super lazy. Yeah, the Death Company detachment. All costs, folks are just bored. Waiting for wild rules, yeah. Yep. The worst one by Wish, GW made 2 data sheets, one for tournament, one for narrative. They kind of did that in a small way with the whole power level as opposed to points values and stuff. It was meant to be more of like, hey, don't worry about like, you know, playing just to win. Like, this is just a way to get your minis on the board kind of thing. And everybody hated it. So what they did when everyone hated power level is they went to 10th and they changed everything to power level and just called it points. Yeah, yeah. Like, if you want to make a competitive game, make it boring and simple, and have the competitive version have the boring and simple stuff, and put all the like flavor into the narrative elements that are, you know, probably broken or not good, but they're interesting. That's why I play Horus Heresy, man. Horus Heresy is so much more narrative focused, and like they have all the interesting rules with everything. And I honestly think the Horus Heresy has more variety between the legions than 40k does between like entire factions and races. Yeah, gonna force him to do something about it. What's interesting though is like I've played plenty of other games, GW and not, that have balance but also have like interesting flavor. Like it doesn't have to be one or the other. I don't think they necessarily wrote themselves into a box. What I would have liked is if with 10th, I think their biggest issue was they made it so every unit needs a special rule. And I think if they would have taken out some of the datasheet special rules and then made abilities like detachments based off those special rules, I think they could have gone a lot further with it. You know, like, you don't have to limit the detachment to one two-sided sheet of paper. You know, if they would have put a little more effort into the detachment side, made the unit entries a little more basic, but like, you know, generalist, so then you can, you know, form an army based on the detachment better. I think that would have gone further for the game. It's just gonna be black, so it doesn't. Never played ninth. Yeah. The faction specific secondaries. Yeah, those were a bad idea. I like the general secondaries, because you actually know what there are. Because it was crazy playing, you're like, wait, what are your secondaries? Like Imperial Fist, it's like grab an objective in no man's land and sit on it all game. Like, okay, well, I mean, that's kind of themey for them, but like Necrons were really good at doing secondaries, so they ended up being really good at the end of ninth, just because they had good secondaries and like they could just completely focus on that better than anybody else. Yeah, as soon as I saw that every unit had a datasheet ability, I knew it was not going to be my favorite edition. All right, Choach, you have a great one, man. Thanks for chat. It's only about 1 o'clock. All right, we got time to do some stuff. So first thing I want to do, there is a shield with a skull hanging from it. So let's go ahead and paint this skull real quick. We also have lots of teeth. Some of these teeth, I think there's like 3 or 4 fields with teeth on them. Alright, got that. We're going to get out some light gray because we're going to paint some white. Bloodthirsters and so yeah, the demon princes or whatever. Yeah, they're stupid, overpowered. They just re-roll everything. Make your opponent re-roll their saves. Yeah. Yeah, they're good. Sit here. Oh, the blood letters. Oh, okay, okay. Those are really good. They seem super fragile. I always prefer to face those. Because I just shoot them down real quick. I guess in melee they're probably good. What do they do in melee? 2 attacks? Do they get rerolls or do anything else crazy? One attack, rerolls first round of combat, winning and routing those combats. Okay, gotcha. One. Okay. It was 40k. These, if you're asked about these minis, Anthony, these are for the old world. They're shields for orc boar boys. Oh, ask about the blood letters. Zen is talking about Soval, which is a PC game on Steam. That's like $5. It's free. The game is free actually, but it's basically like a Warhammer Fantasy equivalent. Okay. What is next? get some gray here. It's a lot of fun. It is way more fun than I feel like it has any right to be. Like a really simple free game on Steam. To the side. They're super fragile. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Doing some lights around black armor plates, and we'll hit the white armor plates. A bunch of little steps on these shields. Go pretty quick. Should have these. These boar boys done today, and then maybe we can get that wyvern done tomorrow. Alright, cool. We got those highlights. Let's get the white out. Through and get this white real quick. Yep, white out. Getting the white out of its place into the wet palette so I can not using white out the product. Right. Finished up that white. Let's... this brown wash on the teeth and skull. Okay. Hey, Zendra, can you do something for me? Completely unrelated to this stream. Can you look up all of the bases needed for the Tyrannid half of Leviathan? Like a list of like base size and number. I think I missed a little part here. Like I said, not related to stream at all, but I'm sending Lord of Trek his Tyranid bases back. I just want to make sure I have them all, and I'm trying to leave for the post office after this. And I don't know. If you can. If you can't, that's alright. I'll just do it before I leave. And base goes here. Fields look pretty cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Alright, so we're talking about these shields. They go on the arms. Just like that. So we can super glue these, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go ahead and super glue these bases on here. Not bases, shields. What, Fuegan? How you doing, man? There's an orc with a shield. Who's next? You're next. Yeah, they did. They had like little 20 mil bases or something, or 25 mil bases. You're talking about like the little extra things on the for the like the Neuro Tyrant, right? These look good. The black and white is a lot for these minis, actually. I really like that. Hey, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Have you played a fantasy game by Parabellum? No, I haven't. Conquest is what you're talking about. Last Argument of Kings or whatever. I have not played it, no. You guys look really good. I'm really happy with how these turned out. Cool, 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 cool. Thank you, Zen. Oh no. There we go. Orc Boar Rider. Simple. But I think it worked out. The colors look good. They fit the orcs. The nice black and white on like the color scheme. Yeah, I like this guy too, like the commander. The pigs are adorable. They are, aren't they? The red eyes, I think, were simple, but they, yeah, you like them? Do you like them, dude? I'm really proud of these shields. These shields just make them look. I'll get a picture of them kind of lined up with each other. I'll still have to base them and varnish them, but I'll get a picture. I'll send it to you. And then tomorrow we're gonna work on this guy here. So we got the warlord, war boss on Wyvern. I have some ideas. We're gonna go classic green flock base. I don't know if we'll do completely classic green flock base, but we might do some kind of like, I don't know. What do you want, man? These are ECE 83s, so I guess he gets to choose. I'm gonna do darker green scales, and I'm gonna highlight up to lighter green, like body. That's kind of where we're going with that. The orc's basically just gonna be an orc. He's just a little more detailed, and he's got a wolf cloak on him. As long as it's not pink. Okay. Finished his second leg of Bellacore. All right, nice. He's got 2 legs going. Yeah, Wyvern would be cool. I like this mini. It was fun to kind of up and get everything looking good. So. But I'm going to save this for tomorrow. We're going to work on this tomorrow. I may start a little bit on them tonight. But we got little orc buddy. The Boar Rider's looking really good. But yeah, that's what we got. I think I'm going to call it there tonight. I have errands to run. Not tonight, but today. And I'm going to try to get these errands out of the way before the whole family gets home. But really happy with these orcs. We got them done. And like I said, tomorrow we'll do that Wyvern. We'll have them done by the end of the week. That'll be the plan. So with that, you guys have a wonderful day. These guys, look at that shield. It's a cool shield. These shields really brought the minis together. You guys have a wonderful day. I will see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. and I will try to be actually here at 10 a.m. Yeah, we'll be painting more Old World. All right, bye everybody.